Hi, I'm Tim Elder. I've been a member of the National Federation of the Blind since 2006, and I wanted to invite you to attend our virtual national convention this July. I attended my first national convention in 2006 as a national scholarship winner. It was really the first time I had been around blind people who felt any kind of positive feeling about their blindness. At the time, I was very ashamed of identifying as a blind person, and I didn't have any understanding of the capacity of blind people. I didn't even use my cane. I kept it buried under the bed. But I applied for the scholarship nonetheless because I needed money. And heading off to law school, I was able to apply and win a scholarship. And I really had a life-changing experience at that first national convention. I met blind people who were not ashamed of who they were and were embracing their identity as a blind person. They were doing amazing things and using technology and having a lot of fun and had a freedom that was just infectious. Um, and ever since, it has changed my life. I've continued to be a part of this organization and have made a lot of really great friends who have completely changed my perspective on who I am, what I'm capable of, and how I view my blindness.
My name is Christina Daniels. I live in Pleasant Hill, California, and I've been in the NFB since 2014. I actually got invited to my first chapter meeting by Tim. So my first national convention was the 2015 75th anniversary convention. So that was, quite a way to go in. And I think one of the big things that this convention did for me is that I got to see a lot of blind people in different professions like Tim. Like before that, a lot of, mostly I knew blind people who worked in the nonprofit sector or, in teaching. And, at this convention, I saw like attorneys, massage therapists, life coaches, you know, athletes, people doing all kinds of things. And I think what that did for me is I said, oh, you know what? There is no limitation on what I can do. I can, if I want to do this profession, I can do it. I think before that I had this really negative perception that, okay, if you're blind, you have to do this. These are your job options, and this is all there is. So seeing people that were like, nope, I'm going to do what I want, that really had a huge impact on me. And, I think one of the other things that I loved about going is besides all of those jobs, all the diverse breakout sessions and getting to hear people's stories, really getting to hear people tell their stories about their blindness journey. It really helped me see, okay, yes, everyone, other people struggle too, but then they found this and this helped them. So that's what the my first national convention did for me. It kind of made me say, oh, you know what? People really are living the lives they want to live.
My name is Michael Richardson, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I have been a member of the National Federation of the Blind since 2014. I actually became a member after I went to the national convention that same year. When I went to the convention, I was amazed at how many blind people were there and how many professionals that I ran into. I've met lawyers, I've met doctors, I've met teachers, people who were philosophers and coaches. And I've met athletes. It was amazing to me. Um, I met a little kid who was a whiz on the computer. I was like, wow. And I wouldn't have never met him or any of the other people that I've met if I had not have went to the national convention. It is great. They had all different types of events there and different speeches, different technology events there, where you learn about different. It's just a lot of stuff that you can learn from going to the National Federation of the Blind, and I'm appreciated. And it also made me appreciate my vision and what I have and what my abilities are, and allows me to know that I can do what do what I want to do and live the life that I want.
Hi, my name is Rachel Greider, and I'm from Modesto, California. I also attended my first convention as a scholarship winner, and that was in 2012. And up until um, up until then, I had not been around a lot of blind people in my life, so I was pretty insecure about my blindness. I did use my cane, but grudgingly, and I didn't. I felt ashamed of being blind, and I didn't like to be different from my sighted peers and friends. So, but when I went to convention and I started to get to know some blind people who were doing, all these different jobs, I had all these fantastic mentors and fellow students that I got to meet, and I got to meet all this diverse cross section of society who were all blind, lawyers, teachers, musicians. And there was a student in my scholarship class who was working to be a doctor, all kinds of different backgrounds. And the biggest thing that a lot of these people had in common was that they were all proud of who they were, and they didn't seem to have any shame about being blind, and that made me want to be that way as well. And so it helped me to start embracing my blindness more, and to start realizing that yes, it is respectable to be blind, and I can live the life I want.
One of the things that really impacted me about the National Convention and the organization as a whole was the very diverse range of people that were involved. There were blind people who were very successful in doing amazing things and very ambitious and highly educated. There were blind people who were very new to a lot of things and were still trying to figure this out. There were people who were struggling. And even within that just spectrum of people figuring out how to embrace their blindness and live the life that they want to live, there was so much beauty and diversity and race and gender and everything under the sun. Poor people, wealthy people. The one thing that everyone had in common, notwithstanding this very diverse set of backgrounds, was blindness. And there was this common understanding that we were going to all work together to try to make a change for everyone. And that really sort of resonated with me and my personal values and what I wanted to see in the world. And so I'm curious what you guys felt about the sort of diversity in the organization.
I love the diversity in the organization. So my first year going to the national convention, I worked at, in the exhibit hall, I worked at the California State Table, and I worked at the Independence Market, which sells blindness products. And so because of that, I got to have like interactions with people from, all over the country and even from other parts of the world, people from rural areas, urban areas. Um, and, even if you just have like a 30-second conversation with someone, you can learn a little bit about them. I loved that. The other thing was there were so many different breakout sessions for different type of activities, sports, computer science, performing arts, all of this. And so, going to these and attending these and getting to see people's diverse hobbies and careers was amazing. And, yes, there's also, racial diversity as well, which is, important. So I really enjoyed seeing that.
Diversity was great. It's really great. It was wonderful to see people of all different types of nationalities coming from different parts of the world. I've met people from Russia. I've met people from England. I've met people from Nigeria. I mean, just all over. I mean, I can be all day saying this. And the one common ground that we had was our blindness and how I was able to ask questions and they were able to give me advice about how to do different things. And it was cool. I mean, no one hesitated to, the friendliness was there. No one was shy about talking about blindness. No one was afraid. Nobody, I didn't get the impression that nobody wanted to talk to me just about different things. I mean, I asked questions. And it's like that first year at the National Federation of the Blind National Convention, it was awesome. It was just so many different people there and I enjoyed it.
So it doesn't matter what you're doing in convention, whether you're walking down the hall or going up and down an elevator, standing in line to get food. There are always going to be people around you who you can talk to, and you're building connections no matter what you're doing. And as Christina and Michael and Tim have said, the diversity is fantastic. You get people from all types of different walks of life, all kinds of different careers, and different levels of skill levels and acceptance levels of their blindness. And the great thing is that as you network, you make this list of contacts, or at least that's what I do. And then later on, if I need help with something, if I need to reach out to a lawyer or someone who is taking, studying to become, a nurse or whatever, anything, if I need to reach out for help or to ask a question, I can do that. I can reach out to that network of friends. And likewise, as I meet people who may need help from me, they can reach out to me and I can help them. So it's a wonderful way that we share our knowledge with each other.
So, as you've heard, we are having a convention this year, and it's going to be virtual this year. And even this group of volunteers that's putting our time out there to invite you and welcome you to our national convention and the new COVID-19 reality that we're living in. It's going to be different, but it's still going to be amazing. There's going to be some opportunities to connect in ways that we just have never known before. The registration is free. If you register between now and June 15th, you're going to be able to attend at no cost. You won't have to pay to travel. You won't even have to leave your home. And this is going to be a great opportunity to connect with people just like the folks that are on this Zoom video today. Make some friends, make some connections, and learn something. And we hope that you'll take the time to register and come visit with us. It's a very inviting and welcoming environment, and I think you will be better for it. So I hope you'll take some time and come spend the virtual convention with us here at the Federation of the Blind, and particularly the Californians you've got here. So I hope you'll join us. Go to nfb.org/get-involved/national-convention. Again, that's nfb.org/get-involved/national-convention. You can also find contact information for the National Federation of the Blind in California at nfbcal.org. We hope you will come join us for the virtual convention 2020. Come live the life you want.